Hey guys, how's it going? Andrew here, Enough Said Cards on Monday afternoon. Hope you're all doing well. A few different things in this video here. First of all, I'm going to shout out a brand new YouTube sports card channel, one that I'm really excited about and I think you guys are going to like as well. Then I have a few recent pickups, some random things that have come in from eBay over the last few weeks. And then I'm just going to briefly discuss my collecting goals for 2023 and some cards that I hope to pick up this year. But first, the new channel, and it's called Mid-Atlantic Cards. And I'll put a link to the channel in the description of this video. And the channel belongs to a good friend of mine named Tony. Some of you have definitely met Tony. We traveled to a lot of shows together, and our daughters happen to be best friends. And Tony just posted his first series of videos. It's several videos in which he shows a PSA order that he just received back. It's an all vintage order that he placed at the National this year. And he goes through card by card. It's a blind reveal. He doesn't know what the grades are going to be and gives his predictions. And then we see what each card is. And really fun order. Lots of great vintage cards. And Tony's channel is going to focus on his pretty incredible collection. Mostly, I would say, 40s to 80s cards. Topps baseball. He's a big fan of O-Pee-Chee baseball and also various food and beverage issues. He builds sets. He collects Hall of Famers. Again, mostly baseball, but also basketball and football and a little bit of hockey. Tony is an extremely knowledgeable collector. He's been collecting for decades, and he's someone that I go to frequently with questions and seeking his opinion on various cards. So please give his channel a look, and I really think you're going to like the videos that he intends to make and post, showing off his incredible collection. All right, so there's that. Next up, some pickups that I've gotten recently from eBay. We'll just go through these one by one. This is a 1921 Exhibits John L. Sullivan card. And it says his name there on the bottom in Boston, Massachusetts. And unlike the 1921 Exhibits Baseball, which are blank backs, there's a little write-up on the back of this one. And on all the boxing cards, I believe, from that year have a write-up on the back. So I got this in a Greg Morris auction. I think I paid like $30 for that. Obviously, long after John L. Sullivan stopped fighting, but pretty cool card. Let's see, this one here is an 1888 N6 Allen and Ginter City Flags Washington, D.C. card. And I live right outside Washington, D.C. now, but went to college in D.C. and I lived in the city for about 10 years, so wanted to grab this one. There's also a Boston card in this set, which is where I'm originally from, and looking to add that one also at some point. Let's see, next up, this is kind of an interesting one. This is from 1889 from the N281 series. It's American Scenes with a Policeman. This one is called Obelisk Central Park. Just kind of like the image on this one. Interesting set. And pretty cool back also. That was also an eBay auction. And two more. Let's see. This one is from the 1928 Ogden Cigarettes Marvels of Motion set. And this one is Einstein's Theory. And I'm putting together a little Einstein collection. There's a few other cards I would like to pick up. I've shown a few. And I was looking for this card. There's actually two on eBay that are graded that are for sale at ridiculously high prices, but was able to find this one, which just popped up a couple weeks ago, and I bought it for a few bucks, and it was shipped from England. So happy to add that one. And then finally, this one I think is kind of neat. It's from the 1887 N284 Gold Coin Tobacco set. It's leading baseball players, police inspectors and captains, jockeys, and actors. So if that isn't a random group of things to be in the set, I don't know what is, but just thought the image on this one was really cool. Gotta love that beard there. This is Captain Archibald McCaig. And again, another eBay pickup. Just a random card I came across that I thought was kind of neat. All right, so that is those. Now, finally, just wanted to briefly touch on my collecting goals for the year. And I keep a list. And it's just something that I'm constantly updating, changing, and just to kind of try to keep myself focused. And it's just a list, by player of all the things that someday I would like to pick up. A lot of these I'll probably never find or won't be able to afford, but just things that I'm looking for. And I'll discuss a few of them here. I've found that in the past, I've been at times hyper-focused on a particular card, and we'll just search and search and search until I find that card. And sometimes what I've realized in doing that is that although it's good to be focused, when you're that focused, sometimes maybe you miss out on other things that you're just not paying attention to because you're only looking for one card. So I kind of compiled this list of just, a bunch of things that I'm looking for. And as I see the right example from the list, I'll pick things up. There's also, of course, things that I'll come across that aren't on the list at all that I'll pick up. But just in an attempt to keep myself focused, I've created this list, and the ones that are highlighted are priorities for me. I would love to find a Moonlight Graham team postcard. That's going to be a tough item to find. There's a handful out there. He played for the Scranton Miners in 1906, and I know that there's a few team postcards with him on them. Another one that's going to be difficult right below it is the Hank Greenberg 1934 Annis Furs card. And I missed out on one of these a few years ago. I lost by, I think, one bid in an eBay auction, and I have not seen another one since. Brian Roth has a couple great examples of this card. I know that a few of you out there probably have one as well, but a very tough card. I've been looking for that one for a while. Walter Johnson, T205 Walter Johnson. And I've actually owned one of these in the past, but I'm super picky about the T205s especially. And just wasn't exactly what I was looking for. I want a nice centered example, which is very hard to find for some reason. I don't know if the Walter Johnson was on the edge of a sheet or something, but they always seem to be shifted to the left a little bit. So I'll keep searching for the right one. Then a 48 leaf Musial. There's plenty of those out there, but I'm also being very picky on that one. Bond Bred Jackie Robinson portrait from 1947. Would like to find a nice looking example of that. Maybe like a 3 would be perfect. W575-2 Babe Ruth from 1922. Dave Blue Jacket 66 has a beautiful example of that card. Very tough early Ruth card. Would like to find one of those at some point. Then some John L. Sullivan cards. I just showed the 1921 exhibits, but he's a guy that I want to collect. He has some beautiful cards from the 1880s, the N162 Goodwin Champions, N28 Allen and Ginter, and the N184 Kimball, and then also a bunch of old Judge cards, or several old Judge cards. I could say there's 2 that I know of. 1916 M101 Jim Thorpe. Couple Honus Wagner cards there that are going to be extremely tough and expensive, may not ever happen. E90-2 American Caramel and the M116 Sporting Life with the blue background. And then finally, Christy Mathewson portrait. Another one that I'm just being super picky on, and we'll find the right one eventually. So those are just a couple of things that I'm looking for this year. If I can find 1 or 2 of those, that would be outstanding. Who knows what the year will bring. I'll probably end up with a bunch of other stuff that wasn't even on the list, but we shall see. I guess the thrill of the hunt is half the fun. So that's it, guys, for today. Please check out Mid-Atlantic Cards. Upcoming, I will have my nominations for the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame for this year. and have a couple other videos in mind. So I will catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye.